Yep. If you are here, welcome. All right. I think I need to adjust my layer a bit. Position this one. Yes, of course. Makes it look nice. Okay. So. And I hope they can hear me well. All right. Yeah, I see Unel Bonsu. Oh, God bless you, bro. God bless you. We are here. We're going to learn about tritone substitutions in gospel, how to apply them in gospel. So let's wait a few minutes as more people join the live stream. So let's share. Streams current bitrate. Okay. Let me check stream settings. Okay. Hold on a minute. As you join, please share. As you join, please share. As you join, please share. Da, 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 da. Is my sound okay? Please let me see in the comment section. Yeah, is my sound okay? Is my sound okay? And the picture quality also. The picture quality also, is it okay? It might be trait. I think it's good. Okay. What are the recommended bit rate? Whatever. Okay. So, let me check things over here. All right. So, if everything is fine, I think we can just jump right into the lesson without spending much time. So, what are tritones? What are tritone substitutions? First of all, we want to talk about the interval, the tritone itself. Then we go ahead to talk about tritone substitutions. But before we do this, let's what do we call it? Let's look at some few things we will need to understand. These tritone substitutions depend heavily on extended chords, especially when you come to our gospel play. When it comes to gospel play, you cannot be playing only the tritones, okay, like that. We need to understand a bit of extended chords, seventh chords and stuff. At least we need to be able to know what a seventh chord is, what a seventh interval is. So let's look at the seventh interval. Okay, we have these 3 or 4, yes, 4 seventh chords that we alter them here and there. We have the major 7. Let's go to the key of F. Okay, so when you hear major 7, you play the major chord, as we know already. I know that, and I'm sure, and I trust that whoever is here right now is not a complete beginner, and at least you understand what a seventh chord is. So the what do you call it? The major 7 is the major chord with the major 7 note, okay, which is the 7th note. So this is F major 7. Then the minor 7, of course, you have the minor chord, and then the flatted 7th. So this is F minor 7 also. And then we have the dominant 7. The dominant 7, the major 7, and then you add the flattened 7 note. Okay, so this is F dominant 7. And then we have the diminished 7. Okay, this is F diminished 7. So we have F major 7, F minor 7, F diminished 7, then F dominant 7. Okay, which sometimes is also called just F7. Okay, as you can see on my screen, you can see F7 played over there. Now, apart from the diminished 7, which has a width of a 6th interval, okay, and the major 7, which has a width of a major 7 interval, the rest, which is the dominant 7 and the minor 7, both uses or has a width of, or they have a width of the 1 to the flattened 7. Okay, so in the Ghanaian local or among Ghanaian musicians, we call it tor, okay, or most of the African countries you call it tor. All right, so most of the times you see people not playing the full chord like this. You see them playing a shell like this. Okay, for example, if I want to play a 2 chord in the key of F, you see me play this. On my left, it's actually supposed to be a minor, okay, chord, a minor 7 chord, a G minor 7 chord, but I've omitted these 2 notes, okay, because they are here already. All right, that's one reason why I would omit them. Okay, and then it can also mean a dominant 7, because if I shape it like this, it has now become G dominant 7. So in this lesson, you're going to see me more, doing more of these shell chords on my left hand. All right. You see that on the 5 is a dominant 7 chord. Okay, it's a C dominant 7 chord, but I'm not playing the full chord like that. You see me do this. On this 1 2 is a dominant 7 chord, but I'm not playing the full chord. I'm just playing the shell. So you see these shell chords most of the times. Okay, and the moment we start adding other notes on the shell chord, you see that we'll be creating knives, 11ths and stuff, 13th chords and stuff like that. Okay, flat 9s and stuff like that, 11ths. All right. So take note of that. Now we are going to talk about the tritone. What is a tritone? What is a tritone? You hear tri and then you hear tone. So we are talking about three tones, 3 whole tones. So on any note, the tritone interval goes up to 3 tones away, whether behind or forward. So from here, a whole tone or a whole step from here, from F, we'll jump over this and come here, the second, and then the third. Okay, so it's either a whole steps, 3 whole steps put together, or a distance of 6 semitones. Like when you are starting from F, you count 1 2 3 4 5 6. So that's the tritone interval. Some people call it the devil's interval because when you count ahead or in front, you get the same note, and then when you do it behind too, let's count 1 2 3 4 5 6, it ends on the same B. Okay. So this one, if I turn it this way, it's going to end here, the same note, the same E flat. Okay. All right, so that's the tritone interval, and the tritone is mostly found in the dominant chords. If I play F dominant 7, you realize that there's a tritone interval between the 3rd and the 7th. Okay, so most teachers will tell you that in every dominant chord, the most important notes, or in every 7th chord, the most important notes are the 7th note and the 3rd. Okay. So that is where we find the tritone interval, on the 3rd and on the 7th. Okay, from the 3rd note to the 7th note. Good. So the tritone for maybe E and me here, if I want to play C dominant 7, okay, I have that tritone in there. B flat dominant 7, I have the tritone here on the 3rd, from the 3rd to the 7th note. Okay. All right. Now let's look at something. The tritone has a certain characteristics whereby it's always being shared by 2 keys. Okay. For example, let's look at this. F dominant 7 is here. Now look at B. I'm going to play B dominant 7 also. B dominant 7. Okay. This is the 3rd in B dominant 7. There's the 7th in B dominant 7. So I'm going to leave both of them on. And then this is the 3rd of F dominant 7. This is the 7th of F dominant 7. So I'm going to leave both of them on. Are they not the same notes? They are the same notes. Okay. They are the same notes. So B and F share the same tritone notes on the 3rd and then on the 7th. And the distance from F to B is also a tritone interval. Okay, so then wherever I am playing a chord on an F, okay, whenever I'm playing a chord on an F, I can always substitute that F chord, okay, for a B chord, okay. When we are talking about dominant chords, you can always substitute an F dominant for a B dominant, okay, 7 chord. All right, because of the tritone interval they share and the notes they share. Yes, so we are going to try and apply this in a few songs, and you understand what I really mean. For example, let me pick a song like and mind you, when we say dominant, we are talking about the fifth, okay. In every note, in every key, um we have the tonic, which is the one, the second, which is re, the third, which is mi, the fourth, okay, which is fa, then the fifth, which is so, and the fifth is also called the dominant, okay. So for those of us who understand, and I believe so that we all understand circle of fifths, okay. Before you play any chord, the circle of fifth basically means that before you play any chord, for example, before I play an F chord, okay, I can play its fifth. What is the fifth of F, or the dominant of F? The dominant of F is do, re, mi, fa, so. It's C, so I can play C before I play the F. Then it makes the F sound good, okay. And I can also play a dominant of the C before I play the C, and then I will then play F. So it's going to be like you are stacking some dominants, okay. You are stacking them. So that's why you play, most of the times when you play La, you go to Re, it takes you to 5 or so, then it takes you back to 1, okay. So we are going to, whenever we want to play a certain chord and we want to play its dominant before we play that chord, we will substitute that dominant for its tritone. For example, if I want to play this progression of this song I'm just singing, the distance between the 6 and the 2 is a fifth interval, so it's like we are playing the dominant of the 2, then it takes us to the 2, okay. So you play the 6 and it takes you to the 2. And now this 6, okay, which is the dominant of the 2, can now be substituted for its tritone. So what's the tritone interval from this 6 notes? Let's go. Let's count 6 semitones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It ended us on the flat 3. So instead of playing you we are going to play you you see that? You so most of the times on that interval, you see that I'm playing a 7 shell chord, and then I add my melody. Then for the other notes in between, I can choose to make it maybe I can choose to make it a flat 9 note, okay, or let's see, I can choose to make it sometimes you also use your ears. You don't just chew the chords, okay, you use your ears. Alright, I'm trying to add an upper structure there. There's a sharp 11. Okay, so I can say instead of you get that. Or I can go you see the chord I used. So I want to know at the comment section if all of you understand what I'm trying to mean or what we are learning. If you don't understand, you can let me know at the comment section, and then maybe I'll go over it, what I've said so far. Yeah. Do we all understand? Understand? At the comment section, please let me know. Okay, so now we see we are going to the 5 now. Now, what in the circle of fifth? What note takes us to the 5? It is the 2. Okay, because when we pick the key of the 5, its dominant is this note. Okay, its dominant or its fifth is the re. So we can substitute the re for its tritone. Well, sorry, what is the tritone of the re or the 2? The tritone of the 2 is this note. Let me put my chart there so that you can see it. You can understand this properly. So I have this chart here. When you go opposite, directly opposite, you find every key and its tritone. Okay, so we are going to play. You see, in the circle of fifth, it will be 2, 5. So now this 2 we are playing. What is its tritone interval? The tritone interval from the 2 will end us on. The 2 is a G, so looking directly opposite to the G, you find a D flat, okay, which is C sharp. So it means that instead of playing the 2, we will have to play a D flat, okay, like that. Then it will take us to the 5, like that. So we give you before we go to there, we have to do give you 2, 5, and now this 2 is now being substituted for this. Okay, why? Because the G and the D flat, they share the same tritone interval on the 7th and on the 3rd. If you play D flat dominant, you have this tritone, and if you play G dominant, you have this tritone, the same 2 notes, the F and the B. Okay, so you can substitute them for each other. So we there you go. You see that? For the melodies you're going to use, it depends on you. It depends on how you hear it, how you want it to sound. Okay, so you can try a few instances and then you see whether you want to use a 9th or you want to use a 13th or whatever. Okay, so we somebody can go. Okay. Now this chord I'm playing, can we expand it a bit? Yes, we can. We can leave these two notes here. You can do something like this. Okay. There are people who have, you know, very wide okay, palms, so they can stretch that far. But if you can't stretch that far, it's not a problem. You can just play it like this. But sometimes it sounds good when you're able to stretch a bit. So let me change my melodies. You see that? My hands are not that wide though. See how that one sounds instead of this. Basic, you see. So let's try another one. The glory, we worship you. We are now coming to 2. And before we come to the 2, we worship you. What note can take us to the 2? It's always the 6. The 6 is the dominant of the 2. So we can still again substitute the 6 for its tritone away, which is when we count 6 semitones behind. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we worship you. You see that? We worship you. Most of the times when we are going to the 2, you can most of the times use this passing, but it takes you to the 2. Now we are going to the 6. What is the dominant of the 6? This is a D. What is the dominant of a 6? The D, or the 5th note of the D. Somebody tell me at the comment section. What's the dominant or the 5th of the D? Yes. Somebody tell me at the comment section. It is the A. Good. So the A can take us to the D. Very good. But what is now? So we are going to substitute the we are going to play the tritone substitution of the A. Okay. So we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It is the E flat. So the E flat will take us to the 6. Okay. Instead of the 3. So we instead of playing you see we are going to play worship you. That instead of you're going to instead of you get it. use a tritone substitution to go to the 4. What is the fifth of the 4? The fifth of the 4 is F. And what's the tritone interval or a tritone away of from F? It is a B. So we can move from the, what do you call it, the B to go to the B flat. So I'll form this chord on the B. And it takes me to the 4. So understood? Please, let's communicate. Is it well understood? Because I want everybody to get it before we move to the next example. All right, let's go to the next example. Let's look at this song. Okay, so you are my hiding place. You always fill my heart with songs. Somebody said, what I am realizing is some of these things I play them but don't really know how the concept. Yes. So now that you are seeing it, you understand it better and you'll be able to really apply them well. Okay, so let's look at this song. You are my hiding place. You go to the 5. You always fill my heart with songs for deliverance to whenever 3. I am afraid. I will trust in you. I will trust in you. Love how we say I am strong in the strength of the Lord. So this is the basic arrangement of the song. Now we are going to apply the tritone substitutions. So first, you are my hiding. You see, from the 6, you are. Then we came to my hiding place. So now the 6 has a tritone interval away, which will end us on the flat 3. So you are. You can play the tritone, you can play the 6, and then you play its tritone interval as a passing, or its tritone substitution as a passing, then it takes you to the 2. So it's going to be you are my hiding place. Okay, then we already know that. Let me do the first one. I don't want to stack all of them, else you get confused. So you are, instead of you are my hiding place, we are doing you are my heart. You get it? You are my hiding place. Then we are going to fire 5, and now the 2 can also be substituted for its tritone away, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So instead of you are my hiding place, 2, 5. flat 5, 5, flat 6, 5. You see? So it will be you are my hiding place. You always fill my heart. Okay. And now, before we even go to fill my heart, which is the one, somebody can also think about the tritone substitution of the 5. You always fill my heart. What's the tritone away from 5? You count 6 semitones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So D. How can you come from flat 2 to 1? But it's possible. Let's see. You are my hiding place. You maintain your melody. You are. You see? Somebody is asking, is it only the dominant 5 we can base on to then determine the tritone you use? Yes. In that sense, it makes it, sound good. It sounds better. Okay. Yes, because they work on dominant chords. Okay, and they work on dominant intervals better. So you are a hiding place. Wait, songs. Now we are in 4, which is far. So let's look at the tritone, the 5th interval of the 4. It is. And what's the tritone substitution from the 1? Is this the F? So we can move from here to the 4. So like this. You instead of songs. Okay. So when you look at our what do you call it, B flat, directly opposite to the B flat is an what do you call it, it's a E. All right. So you look at the tritone away. Let me check this one. No, that's a B. Yeah. So you are my hiding place. You are of deliverance. Whenever I am afraid, I will trust in you. Now then, when you have the tritone substitutions like that, you start to also alter them. For example, I might do you are my heart, you are. I know that I'm going to this note, so let me try and create some other, instead of the 13th chord on the flat 3. Let me try and create some other crazy ones. You are. You are Okay, so I'm just trying to, play around with some of the melodies, but my dominant movement on the left will be the same. You see that? See? I'm just playing something over the flat 3. You see that? So let's pick another song. Pass me not, O gentle Savior, hear my humble cry. Somebody said, "What? I surrender." You won, bro. Wow, all others thou art holy. Do not pass me by. Okay, we are going to look at that song. Pass me not, O gentle Savior. Okay, now before we go to the 6th, let's look at the 5th of the 6th. We could have done pass me not, O gentle Savior, 3 6, which is like a 5-1. When you look at the 6 as your 1, you see that this is a 5-1. Okay, so let's substitute that 5th or that dominant for its tritone. Tritone away will be 1 2 3 4 5 6. So the E flat. So we can do pass me not, O gentle Savior. See that? Pass me not, O gentle Savior. Or this one sounds better. Yeah, the 13th. Yeah. Before we go to the re, we can also use the flat 3 again. Okay. So pass me not, O gentle Savior, hear my humble cry. While all others thou art pass me by. Savior, hear my humble cry. You see that? My humble cry. And now the 2 has a tritone here, so I can go my yeah, yeah. My humble cry, yeah. My humble cry. why did we move from here to the 4? Because you can do okay from the 1 to 4, but the tritone substitution of the 1 is this one, so we can move from here to the 4 instead of from 1 to the 4. So now we play it this way. Onel is asking me to play it in C. Oh, Onel, you have to learn all the keys. Onel, it's been a long time since I got to know Onel. Onel is not learning all the keys. Onel is still playing only C. Oh, Onel, what are you doing in the UK, Onel? Okay, so if I'm doing what I'm doing in C, I can go. You see that? Somebody saying, to place is the sub only done in the left hand, or or you have to play a chord on your right to match? The left hand normally shows us where we are going, just like the bass player gives us the platform in every music, okay, in every progression. That's why you see the left hand showing us where we are moving to, but the right hand is free to do the coloring, okay, over every dominant chord, whether it's a 7th or a 9th or whatever you are doing. So your left hand should show us where we are moving, okay. That's the job of the left hand, to hold the progression for us to know that, okay, we are doing the tritone sub, but the right hand is free to do the coloring, okay, and the alterations. That's how it works. All right, because your root note is mostly is always in your left hand, okay. So let's pick another song. See how far you brought me. I'm so glad you found me worthy. I can see, I can tell, and I know it's your grace. All my days I will sing your praise. Okay, now we are going the 5. Let's look at the 5. What is the dominant of the 5? This C. It is the G. So we could have gone in the circle of it. So now we are going to substitute this, the G, for its tritone away. So it's going to be. So now you should be familiar with the trend that anytime we want to go to the 5, we can go a half step before it. Okay, so it also tells you that basically you can, make things easier for you by thinking of it like this. Every chord, okay, can be approached from a semitone, okay, before it, okay. So you go before we go to you can do sharp 7, then I added the flat 11, okay? So somebody said what? When I was boss, did you complete CAS? No, I didn't complete CAS. Okay. Okay, you were asking Onel. Okay. See, we are going to the sixth, so you can come from a semitone higher than that. See, I'm going to the fourth, so I can go from. Another song. To worship you I live. To worship you I live. I live to worship you. 151. So what's the tritone away from the 5? Tritone substitution is going to end us on this one. So, yeah. Hey. Mr. J says, please one day you can teach us about the making of patches and the proper use of stuff like cutoff, resonance. Oh yeah. I'll do that one time. Somebody says, bro, cut, I beg, it's enough for today. We are full. Oh. So, tomorrow is a Thursday. Yes, tomorrow we're going to meet on TikTok, okay, on my channel on TikTok, and we're going to learn a bit. But you know, the ones I give you here are thicker, okay. So, for those of you who have enjoyed the TikTok as well, you can ask any questions you want to ask tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be a general questions and answers. Okay, yeah, so that's what we're gonna do tomorrow on TikTok. All right, so soak into this lesson and then try to get a few songs and apply them, and I think you're gonna sound great. All right, you're gonna sound good. Yes. God bless all of you. Please, if you've not subscribed, subscribe. Share the link to somebody else. Share the link to somebody else. Subscribe. Subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to subscribe and to share the link. Give any comments, like them, and all that. All right. For the patches, the sound patches, I'm going to show you guys. Even if you have a simple VST, how you're going to tweak them to make them sound good. Okay. One day I'll teach that on TikTok as well. Okay. And then when you go to TikTok on my bio section, you find a WhatsApp link there to my WhatsApp group you can join, where I post most of these lessons over there, so that you be updated on um what do you call it, any info that I give. Okay, so God bless you, God bless you, God bless you. We're gonna talk again, we're gonna meet again in a few days time. All right, God bless everybody. Bye bye.